So I've ordered a pair of replacement bearings, and we'll have to push these down the shaft. Now, you could take this to a machine shop and have them press them on, but I've done this before and I think it should work fine. So we want to set the bearing on the shaft. I've made a little block of Baltic birch plywood here that will slide over the shaft and cushion the blows that will strike it from this piece of old water pipe that I've cut. And of course it's hollow and it'll slide down the shaft too. So now we're ready to reassemble. The bearing's on, here's the spacer, I've got the keyway in, and here's the load spring. I want to put that on this side. I want to be able to keep an eye on the keyway while I put the pulley in place and then slide it together so that the keyway slips properly into the notch in the pulley. So now we want to drive the bearing into the casting. And there we go. Now on this side, we need to install the spacer. It slides right on. And then we need to install the next bearing. We're going to use this same hole over again to accept this end of the shaft so that when it'll slide in here, it's nicely supported as I drive this bearing in place. Now when you're putting your bearings in, you want to make sure they get started nice and even, so light taps are the way to go. And now I'll just seat it down using the pipe. We're on. So now you just hook up this little tab here with the slot. Goes on there. Reattach the nut. Tighten it up. And we're done. So with the arbor all back together, it's time to mount the bracket back on the assembly inside here. A couple of things to keep in mind. You have to align the keyway and the key before you start putting it on here. So I've got the keyway, it's engaged the shaft here, so I want to start tapping this back into place. And when you get to a point where the gear teeth down here begin to engage the teeth on the hand wheel, you want to make sure those are sliding and meshing together properly. So let's put it back in place. And there we're home. So the last thing to do with this arbor bracket is to tighten up the pinch bolt. So that's back where it needs to be. I'm going to keep working up cleaning on some of these surfaces here so it's back in really great shape. Probably do a little bit more oiling. I'll see you the next time.